Staying in the world of college sports, the Hugh Freeze era is already up to a rough start for the Auburn Tigers. The Tigers had hired Hugh Freeze to clean up after the mess that was made following the hiring and then firing of head coach Brian Harsin. But Freeze comes with past baggage of his own, remember. And before he could even coach in his first game with the Auburn Tigers, he's already seen a number of players be suspended. Now, the suspensions were handed down to an unknown number of student athletes who were allegedly involved, brace up, it's going to get bumpy, in a video that appears to show junior running back Jarquez Hunter engaging in explicit activities. The university, not the athletic department, was responsible for handing down these suspensions. But issues arose last week when multiple videos made the rounds on social media that allegedly showed Hunter engaged in, sexual activities. Here is what Auburn had to say. "We are aware of the situation. We take this matter very seriously. The appropriate offices are conducting a thorough review. Indefinite suspensions have been issued for violation of applicable Auburn Athletics Department policies. No further comment will be provided at this time." Now, the video, which was distributed on a since locked Twitter account, showed someone filming some sexual acts involving an unidentified female and, of course, this running back. The school is currently investigating the matter and how these videos made their way onto social media. And it is not known at this time if all parties even knew they were being filmed. The account that was tweeting the videos went private last week, and the person running the account put in their Twitter profile, you could pay $5 to go see the video. This could lead to more potential issues for more parties involved. Here's what we have for Auburn football, though, and it's going to spread and get worse. Hunter was a junior who ran for nearly 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns in his first two seasons, while primarily just being a backup to starting running back Tank Bigsby. He was expected to be a major player this year on the team. But I've got some questions here. Can I ask this question? Why in the world do people under the age of, I guess I'd say 30 maybe, feel the need to film themselves as soon as the clothes start coming off? Keep in mind that in the last year, we had the Wisconsin volleyball fiasco, which involved Wisconsin female players taking pictures of themselves. We had the Wisconsin football program that also had a similar sex video issue. But wait, because I'm going to shift gears just a little bit, and this is going to get much, much, much worse. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's going to get a lot worse. Because heavyweight boxer Andy Ruiz Jr. had his Twitter account hacked this past Friday, and then he issued a warning saying there might be more to come. The heavyweight boxer specifically spoke to sex tapes that he says could surface online if an evil person has access and decides to share them. Ruiz, one of the best heavyweight boxers currently in the world, became the first male boxer of Mexican heritage to win a world heavyweight championship. He beat Anthony Joshua in 2019, and it was a massive upset when he won. Now, it's not a secret. Ruiz loves to party. His 30th birthday, not long after beating Joshua, was absolutely wild. Here's what the hacker wrote on Ruiz's Twitter. "I wanted to share with you what my life behind camp is really like. I love to drink codeine and smoke weed all day. I also love purchasing prostitutes. And this is going on meetings to clean up my blood to make sure I come out clean when Voluntary Anti-Doping Association comes to my training camps." That's how it's phrased. That's not me reading it poorly. That's how they wrote it. Hey, first off, slow down, hacker. No one wants to see Ruiz's big butt with some mangy hookers. Nobody wants to see that anywhere, ever. So don't threaten me like that, you sicko. But here's the question that I have in all of these instances that we keep seeing. What is the upside to filming these interactions? And does it ever outweigh the downside? Because I've never witnessed it. It's never, ever like, you know what? It's a really good thing you filmed that, because I could have really had some serious problems otherwise. No, it's never that. It's always, why did anyone film this, you idiot? Now there's evidence. I'm going to get in trouble. What are you doing? Put the phone down, you weirdos. You don't have to film it. I have one final story this week in the world of news, and it is from the NFL. And this one, it might not be getting all that much attention, but maybe it should be. You see, it seems that field judge Mike Weatherford and line judge Mike Dulce are apparently no longer in the NFL, which brings the offseason retirement or departures of NFL officials this offseason to 12. That is the most since 2013, when 14 officials left the league. And it is only the second time in NFL history where departures were in double digits in consecutive season. 10 last year, 13 this year. That's not good. Now, the NFL never informs the public why an official has left the league. Sometimes it might be a physical that they can't pass or whatever. Sometimes the official looks in the mirror and says, you know what, I don't know if I can do this job anymore. Maybe they can't live with the work and life balance or the new job responsibilities that they get. Maybe they're tired of the demands. Maybe they're tired of being yelled at and second guessed constantly. There are a number of reasons. Sometimes it's a retirement. You know, a ref is just like, hey, I've done this for years. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm out. But this year, the NFL hired 12 new officials. And that is going to cause some serious changes to officiating crews this season. Now, here are a few things to think about. Both Weatherford and Dulce worked NFL playoff games this year. So they're probably among the better officials that the NFL did have. Secondly, 12 new officials means that we will most likely have some really, really bad calls again this year. Now, we saw some really questionable calls this past year, even into the playoffs and even, of course, in the Super Bowl, which might be most remembered for a bad call. Now, I know what people are going to say when they hear this. They're going to say, well, who cares? It can't be any worse. Did you see what happened this last year in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl? They gave the Chiefs just another free play. They called that bizarre kind of ticky-tack holding call with the Super Bowl on the line. It can't be any worse. And that is an adorable statement. But here's the reality. Yes, it can. It can be much, much, much worse. You have no idea how bad officiating can be. And the NFL had better get these new refs up to speed quickly, because it was already bad. What if it actually does get worse? This might not be getting any headlines, but maybe it should. This might not be good at all. Okay, YouTube, make sure that you go over and you check out the rest of the podcast this week. We've got a number of other news stories going on this week. Plus, we are actually talking quite a bit about those NBA playoffs and even a little bit about those Stanley Cup playoffs. Can my Denver Nuggets keep this thing rolling? We're going to see. I'm shocked even now. Plus, we do have a Daly Dose Top 5 for you. We're actually looking at some bigger surprises in the NBA playoffs. So make sure you go over, you check out the full podcast. I will leave a link to it here in the comments on YouTube. I will see you all very soon. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend.